Hey guys, it's Jordan. So I decided to sit down today and film a Q&A video for you because I haven't done one of these in so long, so I thought it's about time. I actually asked you guys to send me in questions that are way more on like a personal level between me and you, because I don't really share a lot of my personal life on like my YouTube and my social media and stuff. Well, I do, but like I don't. Does that make sense? And surprisingly, a lot of you are actually kind of interested about my life sort of behind a lens, I guess. So I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to do it and share with you a little bit more about me on more of a personal level. I always say this, but just so you know, I am honestly the most normal person you will ever meet. I'm just a 19-year-old girl. But I mean, we all have different lives and different stories and backgrounds and stuff. So I'm going to stop introing. Basically, I'm just going to get into the questions. So let's go. So the first question is, what was your job before you started YouTube? I actually worked at somewhere called Tesco. If you do live in another country, basically it's just a supermarket, but the one that I worked at had a makeup department as well. So I worked on the makeup department, went on to non-food, went back to makeup. I was just back and forth. I worked there for just over 2 years, so I actually left school. I didn't go to college or anything, went straight into work, and then here I am now being so blessed to have YouTube as my full-time job. So I was just a little Tesco worker, but honestly I'm actually so proud to say that I was, because it shows sort of where I've come from. I'm never gonna forget that, and I know what reality's like, I guess. Okay, so this next question is so fab. So it is, do you ever feel pressured by social media, especially in the way girls are portrayed as a way they have to be? If you do feel affected by that, then what do you do to try and overcome the self-doubt and loss of self-confidence? Love you, girl. I love you too. I don't feel as much pressure now than I did in the beginning. When I first started, I was like, holy crap, like this is a lot. What I mean by that is, especially on social media, I feel like girls are made out to just look a certain way, be a certain way, have this perfect life, when in reality, it's not like that. We're all humans. Like, that is just not realistic. So I totally understand what you mean. I've been affected by it as well, especially as someone who lives their life on social media. Like, that's what I choose to do, and don't get me wrong, I would never change it for the world. But as far as overcoming that and overcoming self-doubt and loss of confidence, is you have to remember, we choose what we put online. You know, for example, on Instagram, I put on there pretty much all positive stuff and like all the good stuff, because I'm a pretty positive person and I like to kind of spread positive energy. But I am a human being, and my life behind an Instagram page and my life behind a camera is totally normal. I have down days, I have days where I don't want to leave the house, I have days where I just don't feel that good. And girls and boys, let me tell you, that is so normal, I promise you. So my advice to you guys on how to overcome that and become a little bit more confident and not worry about that so much is, behind the scenes is where it all happens. Like, people just choose not to show that. So all I'm saying is, when you see something that maybe gets you a bit down, whether it's like a body image or could be anything really, just remember that that's not entirely like the real deal. And that is not me saying that people are fake or anything like that. I do it myself, but obviously we're all human and we all have lives, you know, and we all have emotions. But yeah, don't worry about it. Honestly, social media can sometimes be a little bit deceiving, but just remember that you are fab. There's only one of you in the world. Embrace that, love that, and don't worry. Don't worry. This next question, some of you may have actually seen this before on my makeup tutorial, so we'll know what this means, but it is, how did you get that scar on your eyebrow? If you didn't know, I do actually have a scar through this eyebrow here. I can just cover it up with the power of makeup. So I actually got it. I was just being a little bit of a brat when I was younger, and I actually jumped or fell, I don't really know. I somehow come out of my high chair and I hit my head on a radiator, so I split my head open. So gross. Now I have a permanent reminder there of how dumb I was as a kid. I used to actually be really embarrassed by it and hate it, but now I'm like, hey, I'm gonna embrace it. I have a scar through my eyebrow. Cool. Funny thing is, some people used to think that I actually just shaved a bit of my eyebrow off, and I was like, what, when I was like 3, 4? Like, are you sure? But yeah, that's the story of that. Did you deal with any bitchy girls / bullies in school? P.S. I love you so much. I love you too. Yeah, I think a lot of us have, to be honest, but speaking from my personal experience, I was actually bullied in school, unfortunately, which made my last couple years of school like a living hell. I hated school. I won't talk about it too much because honestly, I tried just to take the positive out of it, because it's made me the person I am today. Like, it's made me realise my self-worth, it's made me learn to accept myself and kind of be who I am. It may not have felt like that at the time, but now looking back, totally has made me a better person from it. But that's no excuse for it, because at the end of the day, bullying is wrong and there's no need to be a bitch, basically. But I need you guys to remember, and I have to tell you from someone who's experienced verbal bullying herself, and it all started online, like this was way before YouTube, I promise you, whether it's verbal, physical, whatever, it gets better. Time heals emotion, I promise you. How I know that is not only have I experienced it myself, but think about it, like you may wake up some mornings and feel happier than others, and it's because tomorrow, next week, you don't know how you're gonna feel, you know? Never give up, because I promise you it does get better. It's just a temporary feeling and your life will change and your emotion will change with it, I promise. Oh my god, this question is so cute. It is, what do you love most about Elliot? If you don't know who Elliot is, if you're new to my channel, Elliot is actually my boyfriend. We've been together for 4 months now, but I feel like I've known him my whole life. What do I love most about Elliot? Do you know what? Elliot is the most uplifting and positive person, and he is so supportive of everything I do. He's just so caring, like he knows how to bring my mood up. He always says how proud of me he is, and it's amazing. Having someone with that kind of energy and makes you want to be better as a person is the best feeling ever. And he's amazing. Just him as a person, really. Like, he's so cool, he makes me laugh, he's a good one. Have you ever met a YouTuber who is really different in real life than they are on camera? Yeah. But don't get me wrong, that literally could be just because someone's shy. Like, meeting new people for the first time is quite an intimidating thing, and if you're shy, it's totally normal. But, how can I put it? All I'm gonna say is some people have surprised me a lot, not only from my own experience, but I've heard about the same people from other people, if that makes sense. And it's a little bit weird. I'm talking people with fewer subscribers and way more. I just don't get it. I don't think a number defines you as a person. I don't think it makes you better than anybody else, but I don't know. What is your diet / fitness? Because girl, you look good. Oh, thank you. I'm gonna be real with you guys, keeping it real. I don't have one. Do I work out regularly? Absolutely not. Do I eat a certain way? Absolutely not. I slack so hard when it comes to working out. Now, I actually have been meaning to get a gym membership for so long. I used to go ages ago, I stopped. And then I started doing at-home workouts, which has probably helped me out a lot. As of recently, girl, I've been slacking. I feel really bad because I feel like I should be giving you guys more information to help you, but I don't do much. But when I do work out, I like to do a little bit of cardio, and then I do abs and bum because they're my 2 favourite places to work out. As far as diet goes, oh my god, this is gonna sound so bad, but I literally just eat whatever I fancy. I probably shouldn't, but sometimes a pizza just sounds way too good than a salad. Personally, when I think it comes to diet, balance is important, and then when it comes to fitness, consistency is important. They're like the two things. This next one is sexualities, whether I'm into boys, girls, anything in between, whatever the heck I want. I am what you would call straight, so I am into guys, I'm into the opposite sex, but sexuality doesn't matter. It doesn't define you as a person. You can like whoever you want, whether it's the same sex, opposite sex, it doesn't matter. Love is love, right? But yeah, I personally am into men. This next one is, do you consider yourself as a confident female in a world of stereotyping? And if so, how do you build that confidence? Good question. I know how hard it is growing up in a society, a world where stereotyping and being a certain way and looking a certain way is a thing these days, and difference is not as accepted, which why? What I'm saying is sometimes it's hard to feel confident and know your self-worth because of the world that we live in, which is so sad because that's not how it should be. But as far as me considering myself as a confident female, I wouldn't consider myself a confident female, only because there's days where I don't feel like that, but I've learned that this is the body that I'm going to be in for the rest of my life. Like, you either accept it and be a lot happier, or you don't. And honestly, it will bring you down. But just changing your mindset and thinking, hey, like, this is who I am, this is who I'm gonna be for the rest of my life, and you know what? I'm gonna learn to love that, I'm gonna embrace that, and I'm gonna rock it. And by doing that, it does not make you cocky, it does not make you up yourself. It's far from that, in fact, the complete opposite. And all you're really doing is sticking 2 middle fingers up to how society says that we should be. It's not gonna happen quickly, like, trust me, I'm still learning, but just learn to be you and let that shine through, because you are amazing. Ooh, this question is a little bit juicy. So it is, how much do you get paid? And by the way, love you, sorry if invasive. I love you too, and that is a question. Obviously, I'm not gonna give you guys figures because that is personal to me, but I can share with you how I get paid and where my money comes from. YouTube is my full-time job. I am so blessed to have that because it is my dream job. And obviously money isn't the most important thing, but it's a factor because it is what I do. This is how I earn a living. So I get paid through ads and through views from YouTube, and then I get paid through sponsorships. Now between the two, sponsorships is where the money is at. That's all I can say. The money changes all the time. There's so many things it can depend on. So it depends on the brand, it can depend on the job that you do, everything. But usually sponsorships is where it is. And it changes month by month, depends obviously how many jobs I do, and it also depends on my views. But because of that, I don't know how much money I'm gonna earn a month, because obviously it depends how many jobs I do and the views I get. The only bad thing about YouTube is you don't know how much exactly you're gonna earn. But hey, this one is a little family question. It is, do you ever want to have kids? Love you. I love you too. So of course I want to have... Okay, that was the chair. I promise. That happens every single time. Of course, I would love to have my own family one day. Like, imagine like little Jordans running around. Like, I can't. And I'd actually like to have 2 kids. I am in no rush though. I am only 19. I've still got the rest of my life ahead of me, but I do kind of want them between mid to late 20s. Obviously, I don't know if that's going to happen. You just kind of go with life. Life throws you all kind of places. I do want 2 kids though, but honestly, the pain. Like, can we just talk about this for a second? Like, how do people do it? I have the lowest pain tolerance ever. Like, someone pinches me and I'm like, ow. How am I gonna deal with like a child cut? No. Yeah, but no. Will you ever make your own makeup brand? Who knows? Maybe. I love makeup, so why the heck not, right? Like, maybe one day. Maybe. You have to stay tuned to find out. Got a YouTube question. So how has being on YouTube impacted your life? Has it made you a better person? What advice would you give to someone who would like to start a YouTube channel in the future? Oh, we got a few little questions in there. It has 100%, no doubt, changed my life for the better. Like, in all aspects really. It's made me a better person in the sense of like coming out my shell a lot more. If you watch my first video to now, you can see I'm way more like, I found myself, I guess. I've not changed as a person though since doing YouTube. I feel like that's really important to mention. I'm still Jordan. I've just come out of my shell a lot more, and I've found myself. And the advice that I would give to any of you future YouTubers out there would be, 1, go for it and don't care about what people think, because life's way too short for that crap. And the second thing is do what you love, because them things combined make an amazing thing, and that's when YouTube is done for all the right reasons and when it can take off in all the right ways, you know? There's not really much advice because there's no sort of recipe to doing YouTube. It's not like you have to do this and this and this and then bam, you're like where you want to be. It takes time and it's a hard place to be because so many people do it, which is totally amazing, but keep at it and go for it and do what you love, and Bob's your uncle. You'll be good. Other than making makeup videos, what else do you do in your everyday life? By the way, you're so beautiful. I can't. Thank you so much. So I am just your everyday, pretty average 19-year-old girl. I love to see the people that I love, so obviously my family, Elliot. I love to have days where I'm just like pigging out with a pizza, indulging hard. And then I love to go shopping, I love nights out, I love just being your 19-year-old girl, pretty much. Okay, so this last question is quite interesting. Thoughts on your boyfriend getting Wazza tattooed on his bum whilst he's in Ibiza? If I just zoom in on the name there, Elliot. My boyfriend's called Elliot. All I have to say is that's going to be on your body for the rest of your life, so you should consider it and probably listen to your girlfriend and not get it done. Okay, cool. I'm joking, but for real though, Elliot hands. It will be on your body for the rest of your life, so don't do anything you regret. That is all I'm saying. I think they are all the questions that I'm going to answer today because I don't want this video to be super long, but I hope that you guys learn a little bit more about me as a person, because obviously, like I say, behind all of this I am just a normal girl. So I hope that you have learned more about me. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button because it lets me know that you guys like these kind of videos. And if you do, maybe, just maybe, want to see a little bit more of me, don't forget to hit the subscribe button before you go and join us here, because I would honestly love to have you here. I'd love to have you here. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I love you, and I will see you all in my next one. Mwah.